Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheswaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. My prostrations to my gurus who guided and initiated me into the deepest method of Kateri Amman worship. Om Shakti. Kateri Amman. Back then, it was a name that everyone feared. 15 years ago, I was the first person who openly worshipped her. I blogged a lot about her on social media, and I'm very proud to say those who have been following me on social media has began to worship her. Okay, soon I'll be creating a set of 10 videos on Kateri Amman. I'll reveal all about that at the end of this video, but first and foremost, a short story about Kateri Amman. This is a story I wrote about, I blogged about in 2016. I shared it in my group, Mayana Kali Amman, the Black Goddess of the Cremation and Burial Grounds on Facebook, and it garnered a lot of likes and shares. Thank you everyone who have read it. But today I will recreate that story in the form of a video. Hopefully this video will reach out to many, and most importantly to touch the hearts of many. People in Malaysia, where I originate from, definitely knows that Kateri Amman is a form of Parashakti who resides in the forest. The tree that she resides in is usually in a very old forest. So what the people from her lineage, whereby she is the ancestral deity, will do is they will tie a black color sari on the tree and they will offer worship. Okay, what we are seeing today is definitely many are worshipping her in the modernized Brahmanical form of worship, Tubam, Tibam, Naivedyam, Arati and all that. But then the people from her lineage has a very unique approach in worshipping her. All that I'll be sharing in my series of 10 videos. Once again, I'll be revealing that at the end of this video, okay? So there is this very old forest, very old forest, whereby there's maybe a tree that's more than 100 over years, and Kateri Amman has been happily residing in this tree for many years. Devotees from her lineage, whereby she is their Kuladevi, would regularly visit her in the forest, offer worship to the tree in which she resides in, and she has been very happy. This has been going on for many ages. But no matter how old a forest is, at one point developers will start cutting off the trees. So as she was sitting in the tree, she was residing in the tree, she used to look away and she used to see trees being cut. And at one point she knew the tree that she resides in, Kateri Amman resides in, would be cut, whereby they need to make way for development, construction, building and all that. So at that point she felt very sad. What she did is she took a small piece of cloth, she gathered all those precious items that her devotees offered her, and she knew she had to leave that forest. She walked and she walked and she walked. She felt very down. She walked, and to amazement she came across a temple. Slowly she walked into the temple and she saw Mother Kali Amman and Mother Periyachi Amman there, and that was probably the most exciting thing for her. She went in and both the other Devis greeted her, and they were sitting and they were talking stories and all that. But then the priest of this temple is such a money-minded person. His only concern is money. He just wants money. So you can imagine what kind of person he is. So whenever he was to do prayers or he suggested prayers to the devotees, his mind was not about their well-being. He just wanted money. So what he did is, so when he came in, he felt there was an extra presence in the temple. So what he did is he debunked his feelings, he ignored his feelings, and he went back. And the next day when he came again into the temple, he felt that there was another form in the temple. So what he did is he referred to his guru, who probably resides miles away from him, and what his guru told him is, she who resides in the forest is in your temple. He got very angry. What he did is he told her, get lost. You get lost from here, he said. If people know that you are in my temple, no one will come here. And how am I going to make money, he asked her. So what she did is, since his warning was fairly verbal, she left the temple, she looked down and she went off. But then when he was not around, she would quietly, she'll walk into the temple and she'll sit with Mother Kali Amman, Mother Periyachi Amman, and she'll have their meals and they'll talk stories and all that. They all have their own duties and all this. So at the end of the day, they all shared what they did and they had their stories to tell. So the following day, what he did is, when he left the temple, yeah, she was not around when he was there, so he left the temple. But then he left his ring in the temple. So he turned and he went back to the temple, and he realized that the presence that he chased away, the Kateri Amman that he chased away, was strongly sitting in the temple. His exact words to her that he said is, "You wretched woman, get lost from here and don't you ever return to this temple." At that point her face just turned black, and she knew that she had nowhere to go. The forest that she was residing for more than 100 years is already gone. And after so long, she found this temple, and she can't even reside in the temple. So what she did is she left the temple. For one last time she turned, she looked at the temple, and she walked away. She can't be in the forest, and she can't be in the temple, and the next temple is probably so far away. So she started feeding on dried fruits that fell from the tree. She drank water that was from the stream, and all that. Okay. Then there was another devotee who used to regularly go to the temple. His name is Tilak. So Tilak remembered that there was another form of Amman who used to come to that temple, but then lately that form of Devi is no longer in the temple. Then that feeling, that thought started to bother him. So what he did is he went back to the temple for the third following day, and he realized that that form that used to be here was no longer there. He went back, he closed his eyes, and he said this, he said this, "I know that there was another form in the temple, but that form is no longer in the temple. I really hope you will reveal yourself to me, and I would like to know what happened." He said that night in his sleep, he had a dream. Mother Kateri Amman appeared in him, and she said, "I am the one who resides in the forest. The forest that I resided in is already gone. I found happiness in the temple. Sadly, I was chased away from there." He woke up at about 4 a.m. He was sweating and he was trembling, and he knew that that was not a normal dream. There was a message in the dream. He went to work like normal, and what he did was he went back after work. He did his prayers. He closed his eyes and he whispered her name. He said, "You who reside in the forest, please come to my house. I will offer you shelter, I will offer you food, and you will live with me," he said. And as he was saying that, there was a strong gush of wind came into his house. Okay. And he knew that the dream that he had in the morning was something, and the wind that just came in is something. So what he did is, he said, "Ma, I have not gotten my salary. I just want you to reside in my altar," he said. Okay, so at the end of the month, when he got a salary, he brought a trisulam, which is a trident. He constructed the trident in his, consecrated the trident in his home. And he told her, he said, "Mother Kateri Amman, I want you to reside in this trisulam. You will permanently be a part of my family, my life, and everything." So Mother Kateri Amman happily resided in his house. So what he did is, he's about 28 years old. So whenever he went back from work, the minute he opened his gate, he'll shout, "Ma, I'm home," he will shout. And he would be telling all the stories, what he ate that day, what he spent, who he met, and all this. And this is the kind of relationship he has with Mother Kateri Amman. Mother Kateri Amman happily will sit and listen to all his petty tales, what he ate, what he did, who he met, who he fought with, how he spent his money. And this is the unique relationship he had with Mother Kateri Amman. Okay, then this was going on for some time, and then about few months later, his neighbor, as he was coming back home, his neighbor called him and said, "There's a very weird thing happened." The neighbor told him, "A guy tried to break into your house. I was about to inform the villagers or something, but then as he opened the window, he saw something. He got terrified and he ran away." At that point, he knew that Mother Kateri Amman is a form that is no joke. And he was very, very sure he must have seen the Almighty Mother in a terrifying form or something, till a person who attempted to rob his house ran away. He went in, he offered what he can, and he thanked her for that. And this Tilak is not a rich person. He is not able to do grand prayers, homams, abhishekams, alangarams, anything. What he offered her was dried fruits, raisins, Daily he offered her a tumbler of plain water. When he had money, he offered her a cup of milk. And it was not about richness, grandeur, or anything. It was a unique relationship between a mother and a child. Okay, and months and months and months went by, and mother and child were so happy, and he started finding peace of mind in his life. The issues that he had at his working place were being resolved one by one, and from a person who had nothing, he was just content with the life that he was having about. Then after about a year, she appeared in his dream again. She said there is a thing that my devotees would always do for me, and today I would like to do something for you. She said go to the foot of the mountain next to the banana tree, dig in deep, and you'll find a piece of gold. She said one of my devotees had buried there for me long ago. She said, I want you to take that piece of gold. I want you to leave your job. I want you to start a small food business. The rest of everything I will take care, she said. So he woke up, he followed the instructions, went to the foot of the mountain, he digged in, and true enough he found a piece of gold. So what he did is he followed the instructions. He started a food business. So food business, anything that you start, you're not going to pick up that easily. With time going by, he started picking up from what was a small stall. It developed into a restaurant and all that. So people in the village obviously started respecting him and all that, but there was one person who could not take it. He could not take it, seeing a person who was just a simple, such an uneducated person, start owning a restaurant, and with plans of opening the second restaurant and all that. No, but then he started visiting the restaurant, and he could no longer keep his curiosity to him. So one day he had the courage, and he is none other than the priest who once chased her away from the temple. He went up to Tilak and he asked Tilak. He said, I still remember, he said, you barely had any friends. You always in the rags, and how come suddenly you have such a good restaurant? I even heard you are going to open the second restaurant, he said. Tilak smiled at him, and Tilak said only one thing. There was a time she walked into your temple. She was hungry. She had no one. You chased her away. Today she resides in my house, and she is the reason of who I am today. The priest looked down and he walked away. As I'm going to end this story, I hope this story will reach out to many, and this is the Kateri Amman that thousands of people have been fearing about, and people have been chasing away. And 15 years ago, I brought her into my life. I'm still worshipping her, and no matter how many times I fall down in my life, I'm always able to wake up again. And Kateri Amman is one of the many reasons. Kateri Amman is a form of Parashakti. She's not interested in your money, your wealth, your gold, or anything. It's that unique relationship that you have with her. If you're going to sit down, you can be 28 years old, you can be 36 years old, you can be 48 years old. When you stand in front of Mother Kateri Amman, you are just that kindergarten child. Do you remember when you come back from kindergarten, you used to throw your bag and you used to tell your mom stories about, Ma, today teacher give me this to eat. Ma, today I color the book. Ma, my friend, you mention some names. Your mother wouldn't know who that person is, but your mother will happily sit there and listen to whatever you're going to say. That is Kateri Amman, and that is the kind of relationship she wants. She doesn't want anything. It's your love. And years and years, people chased her away. People feared her name, but again and again, the day I started blogging, I am confident that I've managed to change many people's perception. Okay, this is just one video. At the beginning of this video, I did mention to everyone that I would like to create a series of 10 videos on Kateri Amman. And when I do that, there was a lot of things in my mind. I do not want to use anybody's temple because of copyright issues, or people might say that that their temple made me famous and all that. I do need a little help here. If there's anyone who is willing to collaborate with me in allowing me to use their studio, If at all you would like to make a tiny contribution towards my series of 10 videos in Kateri Amman, and if there's anyone who's willing to draw her picture, I mean whereby I will own the right to that picture, or if there's anyone who's willing to work with me, I mean, I should not use the word work, would like to collaborate with me and create a song whereby I will give you the lyrics and all that, definitely do contact us. In the end of, in this caption of this video, I will be including our bank account number. If at all you would like to contribute, do contact me. And once again, thank you everyone. I hope this video reaches to everyone, it touches your hearts. And if at all you would like to contact me, do contact me on Facebook. I'm Kashwin Nair here. Again and again, Kateri Amman is love. She is pure love. And I love her so much, and there's not a day that can go by if I do not mention her name. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you everyone.